since we're talking about some of my favorites, this is the Spyfamily manga, and this is Heartstopper, second book. So amazing! Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing my favorites video of just stuff from the past couple months that I've really liked. I saw Jasmine Lay do a video like this, and I am copying her, but copying, what is it? Imitation is the highest form of flattery, and I love Jasmine's videos. So if you ever see this is for you, girl. This is for you. Without further ado, let's get started. I did want to start off with games because I recently realized that I really love playing video games. I actually recently got a Switch. I've been playing so many Switch games. Mainly since it's Nintendo, I've been playing a lot of the games that I played when I was growing up, like Mario Kart. And it's so fun to see all of the levels that I played as a kid just reanimated, I guess, and brought to such a higher quality of graphics. And I just feel like a kid playing it all over again because, oh my gosh, one thing about me when I was a child, I loved Mario Kart. I would just stay up playing Mario Kart and hope my parents didn't catch me. It never worked because kids aren't sneaky. I also have been playing New Super Mario Bros. I played that more than Mario Kart, I will say, but only because I forgot how infuriating it is to play. I played the same level for a week just because I wanted to get not only the end, not only all the start coins, but also the secret level. So yeah. Another game that actually got recommended to me was Florence. It's a game about love and loss and just dealing with all the things that you have to deal with as an adult, but it's told in such a beautiful story puzzle game. There are certain parts where you have to like connect the pieces or you have to rearrange some things. It's easier played than explained, but all in all, I really liked Florence. The last game that I've been playing a lot is Scribblenauts Showdown. It reminds me a lot of Mario Party, and I actually got that because I wanted to get Mario Party, but I just got New Super Mario Bros. And Scribblenauts was way cheaper, but that does not mean it's less fun. Scribblenauts is another game that I used to love as a kid. I just love being able to use all these big words that I learned from one place or another into the game and see how they came to life. So having this as an adult once again is just making me really happy. There's a mini game level that is a lot like Mario Party where you have to advance throughout a board and you play all these mini games. But yeah, overall, I really enjoy these games, and that's enough for my DS. On to Xbox. So I actually don't own an Xbox, but my stepdad does, and he so graciously allows me to play on it. And for all of you who are PS players, I don't know what to tell you. I play what's available to me. I don't have a preference, and what was available to me was just Xbox, so I don't know what to say. I played this game. The first one I played during the summer. The second one I played over, I want to say, yeah, I just played it over like the first bit of winter break, I think. You'll understand why I'm so lost for time in a second when I tell you the other game I've been playing, but the first game that I played is A Plague Tale Innocence and A Plague Tale Requiem. Oh my gosh. If you want to talk about story games, let's talk about A Plague Tale. A Plague Tale is such a beautifully designed game. I love the characters in it, the story progression, all of it. There are so many amazing aspects to it. So the basis of the game is you're playing as brother and sister duo, Amicia and Hugo. And long story short, their empire gets overthrown when their dad, the king, we have to run away. So Amicia, who didn't really know Hugo was kept away from the general public for reasons unknown to Amicia, so they didn't get a chance to grow up really together. Amicia, let's say she's like 13, Hugo's like 5, so that's 5 years of Hugo's life. He just does not know this girl. So now they're on the run, and it's Amicia's duty to protect Hugo because she knows, like, okay, it's my brother, I need to take care of him. Along the way, you meet all these cool people that really want to help you on your journey, and you learn to make your own family in such a chaotic world. One thing I really like about it is the graphics. When I was playing the second parts of the game, I caught myself so many times just standing in one place and just looking around. That is how pretty that game is. They really took their time in adding in so many amazing elements. The music too really adds on to the game. Like, I know that's such a basic thing to say, but the music really adds on. I will say though, it's kind of nasty. The reason why it's called a plague tale is because not only are you dealing with the people who overturned your kingdom, you're also dealing with rats, and they can you. So I really love the characters in this game. Amicia and Hugo, you really see their bond develop as the game progresses, and you really see Amicia go from I have to take care of the snot-nosed brat to wow, I'm so thankful that my brother is here with me in this crazy thing we call our world right now. This game also has a lot of aspects in it where you have to like sneak around or like fight. So if you like story-based games and you're okay with sneaking around and fighting a bit, then this is a great game for you and I highly recommend it. I would start off with A Plague Tale Innocence first because that is the first game, and then Requiem is the second game. So yeah. If you like story-based games, you'll also like this. This is not the game I was referencing to earlier, which is why I was so confused about when I played A Plague Tale. But this is also a great mention. As Dusk Falls is another amazingly written story-based game, also decision-based. Your decisions actually have such a big impact on what ending you get. If you ever played Detroit Becomes Human, then it's kind of like that, where your choices mean everything. I really like this game because unlike some games, no matter what choices you choose, there's always an ultimate ending. I don't know if you ever played like Life is Strange, but in Life is Strange, there's like probably like 2 or 3 endings you could get, but in As Dusk Falls, there's like so many possibilities and what your ending could be and how everybody in the world ends up. As Dusk Falls, the graphics are different than any game I've ever played. You know how in the game, like when a person's walking, you see them like walking? And As Dusk Falls, you'll see a person like facing this way for 1 second, and then you make a choice and it's like, okay, we're gonna do this. You don't see them walk over here, you just see them here and then here, if that makes sense. My little hands. As Dusk Falls is also pretty cool because it has a whole bunch of flashbacks as well as like future scenes. So the main game is based in flashbacks and the future is of course based on those flashbacks. But towards the end of the game, you get to see how the future is lining up based on the choices that you're making in the main game. I'm actually really happy with how I played it. I realized I kind of got the best ending in my opinion. So I'm happy about that because it can get really, really, really ugly. If you do play it, I am very curious to know what your choices, like your big choices were and like what your endings were. There are aspects of it where they're timed, so you have to like really, you gotta get on it. Like if you don't do certain actions, that could really be detrimental to your future gameplay. It's one of those things where you see like, okay, press X, and you press X, then you're fine. One thing I liked was even though they were timed, if you didn't do it, then it actually had an effect on your game. Like what I'm trying to say is everything you do in this game has an effect on the future, no matter how big or how small. And I'm emphasizing that because the next game I'm gonna say it's kind of different. But yeah, overall, As Dusk Falls was really a beautiful game and I'm so glad I got to play it. I really liked the story. The graphics were chef's kiss amazing. And the story was really cool because at the end, I think Detroit Becomes Human does this too. It does like a little choice tree, for like a better word. So it says every single choice you made and what route it gave you. Overall, it's a really good game and I'm glad I could play it. The last game I'm gonna mention, oh my God, this game, moment of silence for this game. The Walking Dead series. Oh my gosh. I played all 4 seasons in about 3 weeks. If that, honestly, if that. And let me just say, it was the most heart-wrenching games. Is that the right word to say?
Here's the definition
of
heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Extremely sad.
Yeah, one of the most heart-wrenching things I've ever witnessed in my life. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to begin. So I'll talk about the similarity between As Dusk Falls and The Walking Dead in the sense that As Dusk Falls, literally every single choice that you make has an impact on the future and it can really change your future based on the choice. But in The Walking Dead, literally no matter what choice you make, only your last choice really matters. Even dialogue, like certain dialogues do have an impact on if people are going to help you or not, but choices, it's really what you want to do. Like it doesn't really matter what you do until the last episode and the final choice that you make, of course. Like that determines your ending rather than everything else. So The Walking Dead game is literally about zombies and everything. If you watched any of the Walking Dead series, the TV series, then you can kind of understand where it's coming from. But the Walking Dead game is based more on the comics than the series. Walking Dead has 4 seasons, that's what they're called, which is like the games. So there's like season 1, which is like the installment of game 1, season 2, which is like the installment of game 2. And why I'm saying installment is because in each season there's 5 episodes you can play, and goodness gracious, so much happens in five episodes. So much happens in 5 episodes. I mean, a whole game happens in 5 episodes. So in season 1, you're playing as Lee, who is experiencing The Walking Dead happen for the first time ever. And The Walking Dead means there's literally a zombie outbreak, and they're just learning how to interact with this new world, how to survive. He comes across this little girl named Clementine. From there, they meet all these other people who are also just trying to survive. A lot of stuff happens. Friendships are made, friendships are broken. There's love, there's loss, there's everything you could possibly imagine. And most of all, there's survival. We're in an apocalyptic world in this game. So all the rules that go on in our everyday lives no longer matter. To give you more context about what kind of game this is, it is very brutal, it's very gory. Season 2, we follow Clementine, and we run into some old faces, some familiar faces. We're faced with new challenges, and we just meet a whole new group of people who have such a complicated backstory. So we're helping them out, trying to help ourselves out, and we meet a new friend in season 2. Season 3, people don't like season 3 because it doesn't really focus on the people that we've been playing as, but I thought season 3 was amazing. I really like the new aspect of adding different people into the game. But season 3, it's a new frontier, and we focus on this guy Javi and his family. We see them in the beginning of the zombie apocalypse, and their family gets separated, so now it's him and some of his family members, not everybody, and they're just trying to survive. They come across a very familiar face, and they work together to help their family survive, honestly. There's a lot of betrayal in this game, but overall, I think it was really good. If you can, play season 3. Season 4, oh my gosh. Season 4 was, before I started playing this, was described to me as the best season of the game. I really like season 4, but I liked all of them so much to where I can't even decide if there's a best. Season 4, we follow Clementine once again, and now she has a new friend that's surviving in this crazy world with her. She meets a whole bunch of new people, and they have their own problems, but you know what? She's like, I see potential in these people, I'm gonna help out. Season 4 made me cry. I cried so hard in season 4, like ugly cried in season 4. It was bad, but not like a cry where I was so sad. It's just season 4 moved me so much to the point where I just had to shed some tears. It was so amazing how everything played out, and I love seeing Clementine's new buddy and the relationships that she can build with everybody else that she meets in her new group. Yeah, season 4 was amazing, and I cannot wait to replay all 4 seasons once again. I will say I like season 4 a lot because it moved me so much. Like season 4, I felt so much playing season 4. But season 2, I like season 2 because this is the first time we got to see Clementine grow up, in the sense that she was becoming her own person, her own warrior, her own survivor. And season 2 Clementine is so savage.
Whose baby is it? Excuse me?
All of them were amazing in their own ways. If you play any of these games, please let me know. I would love to talk more about them with literally anybody. Let me know in the comments if you've played it and what were your thoughts, but leave out spoilers or put a spoiler warning because we don't like spoilers over here. I'm watching y'all. Okay, enough about me blabbering on about games that I liked. Let's go on to shows. This show that I'm about to say, I talked everybody and their mom, including my mom's, ear off about it because I just loved it so much. And that show is Heartstopper. So growing up as a lesbian, I'm a 2000s baby, and I know it's not saying a lot, but it is saying something. The world that kids are growing up in now is so much more open and inclusive. Like, I know there's so much more we can still be doing, but what we have right now is way more than I even thought that we could have when I was a kid. So Heartstopper, literally like a warm hug to every queer person in this world. It's just saying like, you belong, there's happiness for you, and you will find it. Whatever that happiness is, you deserve it and you will have it. That's what Heartstopper says to me, and I think it's so beautiful how loving the show is. I've rewatched this show so many times. It is now my comfort show, and every time I watch it, I feel the same like sense of joy, sense of like giddiness and happiness that I felt when I first watched it. I love Heartstopper with my whole heart, and Alice Oseman really changed my whole mindset with that. Growing up as a gay kid in early 2000s, like I know me being in early 2000s, things were a lot different than people who were born even a decade before me, and heck, 2-3 decades before me. I'm not denying that. I'm just talking to my experience because that's the only experience I can speak from. There's not a lot of hope for you growing up, so you find that hope as you get older, sure, but for kids nowadays that have Heartstopper at their fingertips, it makes me really happy to know that this amazing show exists, and it can give kids a peace of mind that maybe they can't get in their home lives, or maybe they just haven't understood yet. I love Heartstopper with my whole heart. That's all I have to say about that. So on to the anime that I've been watching, which has been a lot. So first things first, Chainsaw Man. Oh my gosh, Chainsaw Man is actually, it's such a great show. It took such a turn that I was not expecting. I think like the first 2 or 3 episodes are just hilarious, and then it's like, okay, serious. Chainsaw Man follows the main character Denji, who's like the 17-year-old kid whose dad was like a loser, honestly, for lack of better words, and he used to like gamble a lot, and he like, I think the premise was that he got a lot of money from these like loan sharks or whatever, so the dad ended up passing and Denji had to pick up his debt, so Denji had to become a demon hunter to return his dad's debt, but he worked for the loan sharks. So Denji was a demon hunter, and they literally, if they paid him, this man was living in a shack on a hill. If they paid him, I would just tell him to keep it. Cause like, no, if you ever watch this show and you see his house before like what happens, oh my gosh. Mans didn't even have running water. Denji was so like unsocialized. He didn't go to school. He didn't have any parents. Like he didn't have any siblings. So it was just him and his pet demon, Pochita. Pochita was really cute. And these loan sharks just like hound him for like, you need to go deal with this monster. We'll take that much off your debt. Yeah, so they actually didn't pay him. They would just be like, okay, this monster's worth this much. We'll take this much off of your dad's debt. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but how much debt did this man have? This kid was working for him from when his dad passed when he was a child to like 17 years old. That's at least a decade of working. Like, long story short, some stuff goes down and Denji becomes Chainsaw Man, which is so freaking cool if you ask me. This man literally has chainsaws in his hand. He's just, it's crazy. It's amazing though, it's so cool. He ends up being scouted by this like association, as a demon hunters association, and the story goes on from there. Chainsaw Man was amazing. If you like anime, if you're okay with gore, watch it. Cute, wholesome one that I've been watching is Spyfamily. Now that one I'm obsessed with. I started collecting the manga back and I started collecting it last year, but I just forgot when. Spyfamily is a really cute manga and anime about Lloyd Forger. So he's this spy and he's connected to this network who wants to get in touch with this like boss leader man who's trying to make a war, but he can't just go up and infiltrate his house, because if he does, then it can be a whole problem, because Lloyd's network is attached to like an underground, like illegal network, so can't let the police hear about that. Lloyd's network devises this whole plan where Lloyd gets this family and they infiltrate the school where the boss lord's sons go. So Lloyd literally has to go out, find a daughter, so he adopts this random girl. Her name is Anya, love Anya. And he finds his wife, Yor. The gag is everybody's hiding something from each other. So Anya is a telepathic girl. We don't really know much about Anya's backstory, but we do know that she does have telepathic powers that she uses for everyday life. Yor is an assassin. She became an assassin to help her brother and herself out when they were younger because she was raising him by herself. It's a really cute and wholesome story. Like, even though everybody's hiding their secret identities from each other, they all still come together and they can act as a family. It's really funny when their like secret lives interfere with their show lives, for lack of better words, like the lives that they showed everybody else. And it's also so funny. Spy Family has made me laugh out loud so many times. I love Spy Family so much. And if you're looking for just nice, wholesome, bit of action like mixed into it, definitely recommend Spy Family. And I love all the characters come into it because they are all so kooky and very funny. The last anime that I'm going to talk about is My Love Story, and I've been seeing this one for so long, but I just never watched it because the main character, like, I was just like, why they draw him like that? Like, why did they do that to him? I ended up watching it on a whim, and thank gosh I did, because it was such a cute romance anime. Romance anime is kind of hit or miss in my opinion. Either their love is based on something very trivial, or they're just like not saying that they like each other for an entire 24 episodes, and it's, oh my gosh, it's so annoying. But My Love Story gets right to the point. Main character and this girl get together in the first 2 episodes, and from there the rest is history. It's really cute. It just follows these 2 like middle schoolers who start dating and their daily lives and everything, and their friends and how everything interacts with them and their relationships, especially like them on their own and their own person, how they think and what it means for them to be in a relationship with somebody. Very wholesome, very nicely paced. I liked all the other characters that are added in. I think they really added on so much of the story. This one really had me laughing out loud. Like, I count myself rewinding so much just to like see a funny scene again, and every single time I rewind it, I would laugh just as much harder. Like, it was so funny. So if you're looking for a nice cutesy romance anime that's very chill, nice story progression, and very like to the point, no BS, and also very funny, then check out My Love Story. Since this video is so long, I'm just gonna end it with music that I've been listening to. So first things first, Ice Spice! Oh my gosh, Ice Spice and Hamu, amazing. These hits that I've been hearing through my ears about Miss Spice and Ice Spice We Trust. She's really in her mood. It's not me talking about music unless I mention my birthday twin, November 8th, Miss Solana, aka SZA, with Kill Bill and shirts. Lord, oh my gosh. Somebody on Twitter said that Kill Bill is a Scorpio anthem, and I hate to say that I see their point. I do. Not in the fact that I resonate with the song at all, it's just I see their point. Pink Panthress. I was listening to Boy's a Liar. Literally, it's my wake up anthem at this point. Like, I love that song so much. It is so cute, so catchy, and I love songs like that. They're just so cutesy and girly. It makes me love being a woman even more. Phoebe Webster, in a good way. That song goes on my head 24/7. I love it so much. It is such like a nice, chill song, but it says so much without saying anything at all. It's so good, so good. Omar Apollo, though, he just made one of my top artists right there, because I've heard Evergreen, but like, I thought that was just his vibe. I didn't understand that this man has range. I was listening to Evergreen and I was like, yeah, no, this is a great song. Her Tamagotchi, I was like, oh, this is the same person. By God, he's got it. This is Tamagotchi. Okay, this video is getting very long, so I'm gonna stop right here. If you liked hearing my favorites, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to talk about more things that I like. It's really fun to just talk about stuff that I'm passionate about, and I hope that I can find more people that like the same things as me. Who knows? Also, let me know if you ever watch any of the shows I've talked about, or play any of the games I've talked about, or listen to any songs that I talked about. I know y'all have. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.